Better late than never. Get ready because the AI landscape just got another major shakeup. We're talking about Meta. Yes, the company behind Facebook and Instagram making a bold entrance into the generative AI arena. At their first ever AI conference, LlamaCon 2024, Mark Zuckerberg unveiled something big, a standalone Meta AI application powered by their advanced Llama 4 model. This move isn't just significant, it directly positions Meta AI as a ChatGPT competitor, challenging OpenAI's dominance in the conversational AI space. It's a strategic launch that integrates AI capabilities across Meta's vast ecosystem of platforms, leveraging that massive social media infrastructure. They're putting serious weight behind this too, signaled by their $60 billion investment in AI infrastructure, and Mark Zuckerberg saying Meta is an AI company and they're restructuring around AI. Like their hyper-personalization that learns across WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook. That's right. It learns across your WhatsApp conversations, your Instagram likes and posts, and Facebook. The unique social discovery feed and their focus on voice-first interaction, especially with Ray-Ban smart glasses. We'll analyze what makes Meta a significant competitor compared to other AI assistants and what their strategy means for the future. What do you think about this, John?
Yeah, before we dive in, didn't Meta like just a couple of years ago say they were a VR company or something? Didn't they?
Yeah, well, let's talk about where Meta comes from, right? Weren't they going to go into
the Second Life or whatever, like
the Metasphere, whatever we're calling it?
Yeah.
But let's face it.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg seems to be a smart guy.
Yeah.
He run this company. I'm not gonna put him down, but he's made a lot of strategic plays that didn't work out for him.
Yeah.
Remember, they went all in on HTML5 and they spent years trying to get it, and then that didn't work, and they switched that. And then what were you just saying? What they go all in on? They've gone all in on a bunch of things that just didn't quite pay off for them. And so we'll see, AI is the future in many things. And I think what people don't understand is Meta's been in the AI game a long time, and they're a leader in some areas. The problem is they never really had a chat client. Yeah. So there's a lot of other people built on their Llama platform, a lot of their databases, other AI built on Llama, which is an open source model that they can grab, train, and use, like a Nimitron from NVIDIA, and many of the other models are built on Llama. So a lot of AI experts using the back end to do stuff, but it's not in the mindset. A friend of mine, Alex, she asked me recently, so I haven't heard anything from Meta in this space in a while. Are they just dead? And I was saying, no, they're on the back end doing all the stuff. And now I think they just don't have the mindset of the consumer. And we're going to see if that changes with this.
Well, and just to digress a little bit too, that's the same problem that Google's Gemini has. Gemini beats a lot of these other LLMs in a lot of things, like the 2.5 Pro. But the problem is they're not getting the users to use it. That's their biggest problem. So, but yeah, let's dive into this a little bit. So this is cool. The one thing I like is that you can pair the app with Meta's Ray-Bans, and it turns the AI into a wearable experience, which is cool. That was one thing I felt was missing from there's a lot more, but they don't have a display on the glasses or anything like that. But I think that's a game changer for the Ray-Bans, and I know they're coming out with another one. And speaking of Ray-Bans, Mark Zuckerberg has made another announcement that his smart glasses are going to replace cell phones. So we'll have to see where that goes with that. But I like this. This is interesting. Llama 4, I haven't really played around with, so I don't know how it is, but it is a cost-efficient LLM. It's fine-tuned to incorporate user data, like you said, from Facebook and Instagram profiles. So there's a couple cool integrations that they did with this, but we'll have to see if people are actually going to use it. That's the question, right?
Yeah, speaking of the Ray-Ban app, they just renamed the Meta Vision to Meta AI app. So if you go download it, it's the same app. They just updated it.
Okay.
But I think this is interesting because there's a lot to be done here. I was in Llama, Meta's AI studio earlier today, looking at some stuff. It looks interesting. I'm a little concerned about what all they have that AI potentially has access to,
Yeah,
and what that means. Like,
fair
your
enough.
WhatsApp chats, your Instagram stuff, all your Facebook interactions. Like, do you really want that?
We already know that their data policy is horrible, so I'm not surprised, right?
Well, it's one thing to have the data, and it's another thing to have AI actively going through all your data for you to pretend, for whatever reason. Let's be honest. Like, Facebook's just trying to sell you stuff, sell you ads, know more about you so they can sell you ads, sell other people ads, and become better at that. So
Yeah.
I just want to be clear on, they're going to now say, hey, we're going to give you an AI tool that goes into your Instagram, goes into your WhatsApp, goes into all your conversations on Facebook and helps you
Yeah.
and learns from you and does all this stuff.
Yeah.
Great. So
You know what though? There was one thing that they were talking about that I think is cool is the voice innovation. So they've got a full duplex voice mode, um, which seems interesting. So that means like you can interact with it in real time and it responds and it insert things and different things like that. So I like that. It mimics human speech. So I think that's cool. I'll be interested to see how that works though.
yeah, so let's. I mean, I was poo-pooing it the whole time. So let's talk about some of the advancements. Meta's approach to personalization extends beyond simple preference tracking to create deeply contextual understanding of users' needs across platforms. So cross-platform learning, the system builds a unified understanding of user preference from interactions from WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook. Content adaptation responds and recommends and adjusts based on communication style, interest, interaction, history. Progressive personalization. The more user engages with Meta AI across the context, the more tailored the experience becomes.
Yeah.
Discovery feed, network visibility. Users can view creative ways their connections utilize AI assistance. So your other AIs can now see what's going on with your friends and then report back to you and do stuff. Permission control, granular sharing settings allow users to control precisely what AI interactions are visible to others, and inspirational discovery. The feed serves a discovery mechanism for new AI capabilities and use cases. So one of the things that I thought was interesting when I was analyzing this is it allows you to see how your friends are using the AI prompts they're using, and that kind of stuff. So there is a sharing mechanism around how everyone is using AI and improving. And so that is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Quite interesting from an overall perspective. Like, I like the concept of being able to do that. You have some granular control over that because, say you and me and our friend Alex and a couple other people want to share what we're doing with AI because we're doing cool stuff with it all the time. And this would be an interesting potential way to do that. I think there is a potential, for lack of a better word, a social network where it's all about sharing AI tools and prompts and learning what other people are doing and whatnot. But we'll leave that aside.
Yeah.
Voice first. You talked about that, right?
Yeah.
Ambient computing. Users can initiate AI assistance through voice without removing phones or pockets. Contextual awareness. This understands environmental factors and multimodal transitions. Conversations start via voice, can seamlessly transition to screens when needed for visual information. But there are privacy concerns.
For sure.
So we'll have to see. There's some here I like. There's some things I don't like, but that's the same with everything. So they're putting 60 billion investment commitment to AI infrastructure to get going. We'll have to see where this goes. I'm curious to see. Are you going to jump in and start using this? Are you a Facebook person, John?
No. I use Facebook just to post memes. That's all I do. And WhatsApp, I try to avoid as much as I can, but there are some groups I'm a part of. So, I don't share much personal things. I just use it for memes and stuff. So, I've never used any of the chat functions for any of these AIs. I don't know if you have, but we'll have to see. Maybe I'll mess around with it.
I'd love to hear what your feedback out there is, or we would, and let us know. You plan on jumping in and trying this Facebook AI, or are you going to disable this so it's not tracking you? What are your reactions to Meta LlamaCon 2024 and the release of this chat tool? We'd love to hear what you think.
Yeah. Well, so there'll be a start of investor drinks in June. I've got my head down for my shred clients and grants and things like that. But if you do want some help, Feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, John Irwin. But if they need help with coaching for their business, anything related to helping them with their business, how do they find you, Craig?
Well, Startup Investor Drinks is June 26th. So mark your calendars, go to Startup Investor Drinks TO and get your tickets. We will be having a automation event during Tech Week as well. I just haven't booked it yet. So look forward to that. And if people want coaching, if you're stuck, you can go to startupcoach.ca or click on the Startup Coach button, book a discovery call. I'll have a 15, 20-minute call, and we'll see if it makes sense to work together, if we can help each other, you like our style, that kind of stuff. Feel free to book that free call anytime. And for everything else, check it out at torontostarts.com. And if you're looking to automate your business, take it to the next level, stop doing repetitive tasks, check out flowgrammer.ca for all your automation resources. And if people looking for non-dilutive funding, John, where do they go?
Come find me on LinkedIn, John Irwin. Yeah, any kind of non-dilutive funding. I guess in June right now, we'll have maybe FedDev open right now. So
awesome. And just as we said that, I got a new Tidy Cal booking right now for Startup Coach meeting. Thanks, somebody, for watching and booking that. We'll see you all next time on Silicon Scoop. Thanks for listening.